What's going on, everybody? It's Darkstrider, and for today's Flashback Friday, I decided to actually go with another Commodore 64 title. This one is Jumpman. Now, way back in the day, we had this game. This was available for the Commodore 64, like I said, and the whole point behind it was that you were this little guy and you completed a bunch of screens that were basically puzzles. And that's how you got through the game. I don't recall exactly how many puzzles you did have to get through, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to get through them all because it's been forever since I've played this game. It's been just a hot minute. If you check it out on the Dark Retro channel where I play all the retro games, I'll probably complete it over there. But for now, we're just going to have like a little fun with this. So, back in these days, these were programmed by like one dude. One dude did this whole thing. And this was pretty much how we played it. So the whole point is you're supposed to run around, collect these orbs that are here. Once you get them all, that completes the level. And with the level complete, you are able to go to the next one. Now, every level is pretty much different. This one, even though it says that it's called Easy Does It, there are these bullets that are flying around, and as soon as the bullet sees you, not effectively as you saw, as soon as the bullet sees you, it will actually go after you. It will not go diagonal. It'll either go up, down, left, or right. That's about it. These things that I'm climbing right now, that rope there, if it's green, you can only climb up. If it is blue, you can only climb down, which makes this pretty hard. Now, that bullet, had it hit me, I would be dead. And you are not seeing things as you are grabbing some of these little orbs here. You are seeing parts of the level disappear. And the reason that they're disappearing is obviously to make it a little more difficult. So this one... this one's called Robots, and I thought those were aliens. Those are actually supposed to be robots. That's how great the graphics were back in these days. So the next time you complain about graphics, I want you to take a good look at this. This is what went on in the 80s. And look at that. I just died missing a jump. It doesn't even look like it's a far fall, but I sure as heck died. So here we go. Every time you grab one of these orbs, the little robots, they will switch places. If you touch one of the robots, you will die. If you fall from a high spot like you just saw, you will die. I'm going to try not to touch this guy. Nope, did it. He came right after me. There we go, rolling right down. The sound effects and everything, this was just top-notch back in the day. Like I showed you guys yesterday, the Impossible Mission game, like this was top tier, trust me. This was some of the best stuff that we had ever gotten. And this was on computer. This wasn't on a home console. I'm pretty sure it could have been placed on a home console, but this one was absolutely not. There were a lot of games that were on PC that were not available on console. Even though Commodore 64, they sold it as a home computer. It really was pretty much like a home console. In case anybody's wondering, Commodore 64 was just a keyboard that had the whole brain of the computer. And what you would do with this keyboard is plug it into a TV, and that was it. That was the whole thing. You could buy separate items, like there was a disk drive you could buy. You could buy a cassette tape player, which did not play actual cassettes. It actually had a game on a cassette. So those of you who don't know what cassettes are, it was an ancient form of holding music. I'm pretty sure they still sell it today, but I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen one. If any of you are Transformer fans, if you've seen Soundwave in Transformers, the original Soundwave from 1980s, he transformed into a cassette player, and all of his minions transformed into cassette tapes. Laserbeak, Rumble, Ravage, Frenzy, Buzzsaw, they were all cassette tapes. So take a look at that in case you need to know it. But anyway, believe it or not, those actually held games on them. I don't believe I caught the edge of that and still fell. Regardless, yeah, they used to hold games on them, and they held some pretty good games. Now, we also had floppy disks. Floppy disks, way back in the day, were actually like pretty big. They were, I think, like 5x5, and they held your games. Sometimes they held a couple of games. And the Commodore 64 did also have cartridges that you could plug into the back of the unit itself. And the cartridges, this could have actually fit on a cartridge. Honestly, there were a lot of games that fit on cartridges, and we collected them just like regular cartridges, just like Atari and Nintendo and everything. But this was real early on. This was before, well, I want to say this was after Atari. Atari had come out. This came out. Graphics were a little more defined. And then, of course, we had like ColecoVision. Then we had Nintendo. And then it just took off from there. But to play this game, you could either use the keyboard, or there were slots where you could actually plug in a joystick and use the joystick. Back then, the joysticks only had one button, and just the obvious control stick that actually operated where the character would go. Just so that you know, these things are not giant bullets like in the other game, the other level. These are actually like these weird things. They'll make you jump if they hit you. I can't believe I fell. Yeah, so you used to be able to plug a joystick in, and that's how you played it. I remember the most complex joysticks came out when we started getting like all types of airplane simulator games, flight simulator games. We used to have joysticks that had the fire button on the top of the joystick, or like kind of like a trigger on the joystick, which was also pretty cool. It was a completely different time back then. And we continued, you know, like playing those kind of games. So let's see what goes on. When I jumped there, whatever that thing is, it's a bullet or a box or something, it didn't affect my jump. It just helped me get all the way to the other side. So we'll grab the last of these, and then we will see how this level ends. Hopefully I make it to the next level. I'm down to like my last character. I only have one Jumpman left. That was the thing too. You used to play this game. You used to have a limited number of characters that you could play as. Of course, you could earn more with like the score. And this was the entertainment back then. The games didn't really have endings. Most of the time, they were just continuous loops. And I'm sorry that I don't have the speed, the run speed going any quicker. If it did go quicker, it would be like really annoying. You would hear like some crazy as the guy was running. It gets like really intense, really crazy. This one, Vampire, you had to go and collect these things and avoid these bats. And as you collect more and more, bats come down, which ended up being a pain. I'm not sure I'm going to make it here. If I do, I will be lucky as heck. And again, like I said, I'm probably not going to complete this. Most likely it'll be completed on Dark Retro. So definitely take a look at it over there. And like and subscribe there. Anyway, yeah, that's it for me. That's all there is for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you guys all in the next one.